Hello and welcome to another segment of Michigan's Conservative Roundtable. Sorry I got the chuckles. I'm in the captain's seat. Mac was hacking on me this time. But Mac to my left, TJ to my right here. Please like, share, subscribe. We're really inching toward that 1,000 sub mark. Comment below in the comment section. It really helps out with the algorithm. And I am going to really twist some panties with this one. The Biden administration now wants to give separated migrants $450,000 per person. I don't. It blows my mind. I really don't understand.
Why would they do this? Why do they deserve this money?
I think they were terming it as reparations too.
Yeah. It's
for people who broke into our country.
So if you came here illegally. And
hey, I may have to get out and come back in.
Yeah, if you came in here illegally, and they separated you and your wife, and say you died, whatever in the cages, the government now would owe your wife $450,000.
Yeah, you know what? To do that, and I have some nice life insurance policies, thanks to a Catholic men's organization I belong to, but I have to pay for those. Those are called insurance.
Yes,
it's not a right. There's no right to insurance because there are people who can't afford it and they die
at $450,000 per person. There is currently a 16,000 person march coming up through Mexico.
Have you done the math?
They literally, and this is just this wave. This isn't including the 10,000 that are sitting underneath the bridge now. And they completely just blew past the Mexican barricade like they were standing still.
Well, if Brandon weren't so corrupt, I'd say this sounds like a sting operation. Come to Cobo Hall and get your $450 or $450,000, and when you do, they lock you up for being illegal and toss your ass out of the country. That would be a great sting operation, but maybe Donald Trump should have tried that one.
That's some serious wishful thinking there.
Oh, that's on the fantasy level of wishful thinking.
Right now, I suspect this is something they're throwing out there as a trial balloon to see how favorable response, what kind of favorable response they get. Do they want to do it? Yeah. Is it going to actually happen? I'm not so convinced it's going to happen. I think they're just, I almost wonder if they're throwing it out there to tweak us.
Yeah, it's a good possibility. Just like with the Build Back Better bill, the Democrats can't even agree on that.
It ought to be a Payback Better bill because they're going to pay for all the people who helped them with their anomalies, and all the people who are going to launder that money right back to them, and they just keep the cycle of money laundering going on and on and on.
Well, these bills have, especially like with this $450,000 that they're going for right now. A lot of these bills and a lot of these policies have 20,000 plus pages.
Yeah.
And they only have, I think it's like 3 days to read them.
Right.
Who can read that much in that time? So
no one.
They slide in these little contingencies here and there, and next thing you know, the person that wrote it comes back 6 months later and be like, oh no.
Well, the 1994 contract with America, led by Newt Gingrich and his crew, they tried to, in fact, they voted for, in the House and the Senate, giving the president, who at the time was Bill Clinton, a line item veto, and the Supreme Court said it was unconstitutional. It's clearly needed. I don't have the particulars on why they said it was unconstitutional, but I think everything, I've been part of organizations where we have to account for every red cent, and you earmark money. So if I say I'm going to do a Coats for Kids program, and this is the money for it, there better not be so much as a cup of coffee taken out of that money, because that money is earmarked for the Coats for Kids program. And we don't have that in the federal government. We don't have it in the state government. We don't have it in your city. And that's what we need. We need accountability for where this money goes. I think if people had any idea where this money is going, and I don't even know that they want to know, because then they might have to do something. But if they had any idea, they'd probably pass out from the theft that goes on every day for the people who are supposedly representing us.
At the risk of being a conspiracy theorist, if this does come to pass, I have to wonder if the intent isn't really the fast track to just completely destroying the country.
Oh, it's already there.
I mean, well, you
mean-
you can say the country's already destroyed. I gotta wonder if they just want to seal this,
No, what
seal
I'm saying
the
is
deal.
the track is already there.
Yeah.
The groundwork has been laid.
It's been there for a
It's-
long time,
It's,
too.
it's like with the these trillions of dollars that somehow former Vice President Joe Biden seems to think that it costs $0. So $450,000.
It's not costing him anything.
Yeah, it's costing us because we.
Well, it isn't even, in reality, it's not even costing us. We can't pay what we owe.
No.
We're bankrupt. As individual citizens, I think we're into the, what is it, $300,000 each?
Per
club?
person, yeah,
Per
something like
person.
that.
I can't pay that. You can't pay that. He can't pay that.
Mm-hmm.
So let's all quit pretending we're going to pay for anything.
That's the whole thing. It's like where's this money coming from?
Well, the money they're printing isn't even have any value.
No.
It's a promissory note. It might as well be I hand TJ an IOU, which I have no intention of ever paying. That's what your money. That's what your money is worth today.
It's we have so much so many bigger issues we need to deal with here at home, as opposed, like my father always told me, charity starts at home. If you can't take care of yourself, you can't take care of anybody else.
You can't help other people if
No.
you aren't in the position to help yourself.
We're giving billions of dollars to, was it Pakistan or whatever it was, for gender studies. What does that have to do with the people of the United States?
Nothing. And why is it needed?
Yeah.
Let Pakistan, if they want to do gender studies, which there are only 2, I can shorten the course for you. There are only 2, so you don't have to. You don't need $750 million. That's just, like I said, it's all part of a money laundering scheme.
Yeah, now all of a sudden, Biden wants to start back with Trump's border policy.
Yeah.
But yet he turned around and built, on the taxpayer's dime, a $500,000 security gate around his vacation home.
Right.
So if you were the most popular president in history,
Yeah.
what are you afraid of? If you got 80 million plus votes, what are you afraid
Well, nutters. I mean, to be fair.
of? Well, to kind of appropriate a song lyric from a rapper, Tom McDonald, if Trump can't build a wall, why do you have a fence around your house?
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
paraphrasing.
walls don't work was their
No.
answer to that question. We both worked combined 80 years in security, and we can tell you, walls work.
Yeah,
They work better than no wall, I can tell you that for damn sure.
it just astonishes me that they're handing this money out like it's water.
It's because it has no value. They don't care. So let me ask you a question. Is it for you personally, or maybe you can chime in too, TJ, is there a difference between you owing $30 million and $1 trillion?
Yeah.
No, you can't.
You were going to say $1 million. No, there is no difference.
I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
Either way, I can't pay it back.
Yeah, you don't have the resources to do it.
Yeah.
Yet they want to take and look in, spy on all of us to see how we spend $600. And the premise is this. They want to find the guy who makes $10,000 a year as a janitor. Yet has a $30 million home. How is that possible? Then they kind of started backing off that because I think people will eventually ask the question, and we asked it in the previous video, how is it you make $174,000 a year and have $114 million?
Yeah.
I'm going way off course now, but you brought up the $600. They're monitoring anything in your bank account over $600. They're monitoring any transactions over $600. And for anybody out there
That might be a visit to the gas station soon.
But for anybody, you guys, or I don't know what your financial situation is with monies, but anybody out there that uses these fund sharing apps, Venmo, Cash App, whatever. Now, if you accumulate over $600, it's they're looking at business transactions, and the federal government's going to send you a 1099. So now, if I send my wife money for the bills for the house or whatever, and it equates over $600, it's deemed a business transaction.
That's,
Even though it's in the same household.
well, you know what a poor man has, or some poor men will have, that the rich will never have? Bill Gates will never have? Enough.
Yeah.
They never, Nancy Pelosi, no matter how much money she has, it'll never be enough. I have enough, and I'm happy about it.
Yeah, as long as I can pay my bills, I'm fine.
As long as I can get my next gun.
Well, you might have to decide between getting tires, getting a gun to defend yourself with.
You know, guns will be over $600, so I suppose
Well, maybe that's the goal.
So,
Well, that's just. I tried not to go on a Kim rant here, but
Yeah.
but that's just my two thoughts on it. Yeah, you guys got anything else or?
No.
Nope, that's
no,
it.
just more obscenity. That
Yeah,
you know,
we got to keep the obscenities down. So.
Well, I mean governmental.
Oh, yeah.
Obscenity.
Because I haven't even begun with the obscenities.
Oh no, that's
I'm
why,
restrained.
that's why I tap my pen keeps me grounded.
Okay.
But thanks again for tuning in. This is the Michigan Conservative Roundtable. TJ Mack. We'll see y'all next time, and remember, be safe, watch your six, and don't tread on me.